your starting lineup for the UMass Boston Beacons. Number 0, Sean Cullen. Number 5, Luke Murphy. Goalie, number 8, James Bolton.
Can you put your mic on real quick?
And Trevor Cooper. And now the starting lineup for your Southwestern University Pirates. Number 4, Cade McDonald. Number 5, Dave Morgan. Number 14, Jackson Strouser. Number 16, Chris Steffen. Number 18, Logan LeBlanc. Number 24, Matt May. Number 25, Patrick Swift-Norwich. Number 31, Trey Pena. Number 35, Will Walsh. And number 38, Caleb Stoll. The head coach for the Pirates is Bill Bowman, and he is assisted by Mike Markham.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Varsity Field here at Southwestern, and the Pirates continue the homestand, taking on the UMass Boston Beacons. Glad to have you with us. Violation on the opening face against the Beacons, not how the side in blue wanted to start. Beacons 4-1, coming off their first loss of the year. They fell here at Varsity Field in the neutral-site game against Vassar on Sunday afternoon. They fell to the Brewers 18-9, the final in that, as the Pirates will get the first go. Coming topside, first shot saved by James Boldy, the freshman out of Hopedale, Mass. from King Philip High School. Boldy on the season has seen action in 5 games, just under 300 minutes, and 11.4 goals against average, save percentage of 50, a record of 4-1 for the freshman. Pirates on the other side, Will Walsh has started every minute between the sticks, and he's able to come up with a low save. Here is Walsh, the sophomore out of TMI Episcopal down in San Antonio. Pirates trying to bounce back. A tough loss against Farmingdale State College here on Monday. They fell 17-14 to the Rams. The Long Island side got off to a quick start, and ultimately Southwestern just unable to reel them back in after they really put their stamp on the game in that first quarter. Walsh again with another save. Southwestern defense doing its job. Glad to have you with us alongside Pirates Director of Communications, the former star long pole Bailey Middleton. I'm Kip McConico. Bailey, we know what Southwestern needs to do. The EMO just under 20%. The clear not where it needs to be. Ground balls also. Those have been the 3 issues this season.
Yeah, the Pirates know exactly what they have to do in order to get their first win of 2024. The issue is just going to be whether they can do it, whether they have the mental strength, the physical strength, and the toughness to do so.
Pirates without some players they are still without. Their Fogo Caudillo, as he has had a cap strain, not back in the lineup. Declan O'Donnell still out of the lineup as well, and now being told just pregame that Caleb Knighton, a star LSM, will be done for the season. He will have to have wrist surgery, Bowman told me, as Pirates find the opener just 2 minutes in, and Southwestern striking first, and this is a good sign. Pirates more often than not having to play from behind this season. But not here with Caldwell has the opener.
Yeah, it's going to be important kit for the Pirates to start fast, not only on the offensive side. Haven't really had an issue with that so far this season. It's been more on the defensive side, giving up 7 goals in the first quarter to Vassar.
Caldwell leads his team in points, came in with 12 goals and 12 assists, did the former Plano East man. Mentioned the ground ball. They've been an issue at times for Southwestern. Unable to take it here, knocked away. Well done from Cronin, the freshman pull out of East Bridgewater, Mass. Cushing Academy product, but Southwestern back with it. Pirates, after starting on the road back here in this home stretch, 2 more games. Merchant Marine here Friday at 1, and they wrap things up on Monday against Hendricks at 7 p.m. Hoping to head back to the road with a winning streak. Still looking for that elusive first victory of the season. Shot from outside, bounced wide, backed up by the Pirates. They will have another go with 45 seconds on the shot clock. Pirates in the sure stick of McDonald. Always making things happen. Number 4 bounces that one over. The former Westwood Warrior unable to find the 6x6, but another go at it for the Pirates. Just under 30 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to find something here. Strasser, the man who will not get the feed. He was stellar in their last game.
Something that's going to be key for the Pirates midfielders here. We know the skill level of the top 3 attackmen for the Pirates, but what the Pirates midfield is going to need to do in this competition kit is go harder on their dodges, draw a slide, and find number 14 right there sitting on the crease. That is the only way that they're going to have an impact in this game, in my opinion. We haven't seen much from the Pirates starting midline so far, so if they want to get some assists, get some points in their stat column, they're going to have to dodge hard down the alley. And like I said, get it on the crease to Strausser.
The former Dallas Jesuit Ranger was absolutely outstanding. 7 goals in that loss to Farmingdale State. When the Beacons defense does its job, Pirates unable to extend the lead.
That's also something you don't want to see out of the Pirates midfield early on is the turnovers. You're okay with those turnovers with those top 3 attackmen, McDonald, Strausser, and Caldwell, but definitely don't want that out of your top 3 midfielders.
Beacon's a very good clearing team at 89%, but not here. They turn it right over to the Pirates.
Matthew Swandle wearing number 15 today, usually wears number 55.
Swandle, the sophomore out of San Antonio. Pirates getting their offensive personnel on the field. Got into a bit of a track meet at times with Farmingdale, and that was not to their benefit. They will slow things down here given the chance. McDonald on the sweep. He lost it. Pirates battling for the ground ball on the far side. And they're going to say a push against the Pirates, so it'll be Beacon's ball. Again, 4-1, coming off their first loss of the season. Victories over Emmanuel College at home, Clark University, University of Hartford, and Wheaton before falling to Vassar here on Sunday.
That was a game kit that I statted and got to watch those 2 teams play. Very much like the Pirates kind of early on in this season. UMass Boston coming out slow against Vassar. Shooting percentage not quite there, not able to find the back of the net. Gave the Vassar goaltender, Quinn, a lot of shots that he liked to see, and he got a lot of saves.
That's a very good Brewers team from Poughkeepsie. We saw them earlier this week, and an impressive side. The Southwestern defense trying to come up with a stop here. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Just a 1-0 Pirates lead early. Beautiful day here in Central Texas, and as always, a warm welcome and appreciate you supporting Southwestern University Athletics. Looking to spin in, and that one into the side netting, and right now far too much one-on-one offensively from UMass Boston.
Looks like Walsh goes in and out of the crease there. That's going to be a turnover.
A mistake the sophomore cannot afford to make. We'll see if his defense can bail him out. A big hit. Beacons win it right back.
Good check there from Patrick Svetanovich to get that ball out, get the ground ball, settle his team down a little bit. And now the Pirates in the clear.
Clearing has been an issue this year for Southwestern. But successful here. Southwestern, again, slowing things down. Hudgens brings it in, has a man on his back, and that shot collected by Boldly. There's a Pirate down in the crease.
Yeah, Hudgens looked like he was getting a little too close to the crease. Defender gave him a shove to try and put him in there.
Hudgens, the junior out of Towson, Maryland, still down on his back just outside the crease. The trainer will come out to take a look, and both teams an opportunity to catch their breath with 8:05 remaining in the first. Still just 1-0 Pirates.
Definitely feels like these teams are trying to feel each other out a little bit. Kind of a slow pace so far. I think the long stretch of games and the grind of this spring break probably setting in for both teams. Maybe not so much for UMass Boston, but definitely for the Pirates, as they've got to look at 2 more games on their schedule in just this week alone.
Yeah, Southwestern, 4 games in a week. It has been a busy week and it will continue to be so. Everybody wants to be in Texas for spring break. You can't blame them for that. And they clear up and across. Laverty brings it in. Still Laverty, and he bounces it in to equalize 1 apiece. Matt Laverty, the sophomore out of Barnstable, Mass, with the first goal for the Beacons.
Great recognition there by number 2. Seeing that the Pirates weren't quite set, dodges hard down the alley, gets underneath, and finishes that with his right hand. Puts a bouncer in the top corner.
Laverty with his first goal of the season. We are tied 1 apiece, 7:56 remaining here in the first. And Bailey, you said a bit of a slow start. Cagey, both these teams, as you accurately described, feeling each other out, and I think that's going to continue. Both of these sides think this is a game that they can and should win.
Yeah, and a little nerve-wracking too, right? UMass Boston just came out and you expected that game to be competitive against Vassar, but it was a 10-goal win for the Brewers, and then the Pirates, of course, haven't had a win so far yet this season, so a little nerves on each side trying to both get a win here at Varsity Field.
Again, the Beacons fell to Vassar 18-9. Southwestern a loss to those same Brewers 18-12. Just to put things into context, the one common opponent. But Coach Bowman, he was very forthright. He told me the Beacons didn't play up to their potential in that game. And he said he expects a better showing from them here today.
Absolute victim of that 10-man ride. Also were the Beacons. I would expect that that both teams are going to clear a little bit better today as long as they can control the ground balls, which neither side looks like they've been able to do thus far.
Hendricks able to pick it up. Now comes from X, does number 4. Pirates with the interception. Picked off that time by William Howell Jr., and he lost it. Goes the other way, and a flag goes flying as he took a shot right at the box on the far side.
Definitely going to be a 30-second push with possession. Got him right in the back there, trying to shove him out of bounds. And we were discussing it earlier, Kit, this Pirate EMO group. Also one of those places they need to improve on this season.
This will be the 17th man-up opportunity of the season for the Pirates. They have just 3 man-up goals. That is just in 19% on the EMO for Southwestern. That is simply not going to get it done.
A little bit hotter today, Kit. The clouds that were overcast here at Southwestern have started to dissipate. Heat getting a little higher. I'm sure that doesn't do much for the legs of the Pirates right now.
But you imagine it wouldn't be too kind of the Beacons either. Probably about 40 degrees back in Boston right now, and we're anticipating a high of close to 80 today in Central Texas. Beautiful feed and a fantastic finish from Caldwell. Great look inside, and he made no mistake.
Yeah, great job by Caldwell there of realizing he had a ton of time, just putting that ball high, faking it high, and then going low right around the Beacons goaltender.
Well, we said, and Caldwell came in a very impressive 24 points to lead the Pirates. 12-12, now 14 to go with his 12 assists. Southwestern back on top in a back-and-forth first quarter here. Pirates able to come up with the GB, and they will get another offensive opportunity.
Well, you mentioned Caudillo earlier on, Kit. That is the freshman, number 31, Trey Pena, that's going to be taking most of the draws today and did a pretty good job against the Rams, and even 50% right on the number. So can't ask any more from that out of your face-off group, along with the help of Ryder Volker, who got some key face-off wins late in that game.
Yeah, those two impressive together. Pena, the freshman out of New Braunfels Canyon, really stepped into those big shoes of Caudillo. But without Caudillo still, and obviously that is a huge loss, the Pirates doing what they can and giving some young players some great opportunities at the face-off X. Pirates lost it right into the stick of the Beacons. Now they will look to clear. That's Beasley. Beasley still with it. And the senior across midfield as he goes down. Beasley down in a heap.
Another new number, Kit. Number 46, A.J. Williams, typically wearing the number 66. That will be his number for today. These white jerseys a little past their time. I know number 38 down there, Caleb Soul, wore that jersey before, so a little number switching going on.
Good thing you know these players, because nobody informed us of this.
No.
Almost like
I wasn't informed
chairs.
either. And I have an office next to the head coach.
We'll write our complaint letter later. I'll let you deliver that to Coach Bowman. I don't want any part of that. As Beasley on his feet after the clear. Good show of sportsmanship there from Strasser. And Beasley will come off at least momentarily. And you can see there on the far field, back behind, that is Merchant Marine, who Southwestern will take on Friday, another midday matinee. They are made the trip here to Central Texas for their spring break. Games on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, all at 1 p.m. here at Varsity Field.
Merchant Marine Academy, another one of those NCAA tournament teams in the past year and 2 years with UMass Boston going in 2022 that the Pirates have slated for their schedule.
Big hit, flag goes flying. The visitors will have an extra man opportunity.
Play on's going to continue.
They will keep it for the time being. Somehow able to get out of trouble there was Zach Mann, the transfer from Merrimack College.
You see players start to admit more and more. It was kind of taboo back in the day, but now when a guy comes off and you're like, how'd you keep that ball? He's like, well, I was thumbing it. Ref's not going to see me. Great save by Walsh there.
Unheard of. That has never happened in the game of lacrosse, Bailey. And I resent the implication that any offensive player would ever do something like that. As a former goal scorer myself, these things have not, do not, and will not happen. And a defensive player who says it is, they're just simply, I mean, that's just nonsense.
Yeah, I like to look at the ref and say, I know you didn't see that one, but that thing was pinned to the ball right there. Try and look for that next time.
Again, take great exception with this, my friend. And now the extra man opportunity coming for the visitors. They are just shy of 55% in the EMO, 12 of 22 this season. And they have one here. Able to find Dale Willis, the freshman attackman from the Garden State, was left open, and he makes the Pirates pay.
We've seen that the past two EMOs, Farmingdale State and Vassar. Pirates not quick enough on the rotation to realize that the guy's coming down right on the wing is wide open, and as they slide to X, that rotation needs to come down from the top side, not across, because it's already come across.
Well, it's just a freshman. His 6th goal of the season. Off to a good start is the Summit, New Jersey product. And the faceoff violation this time against the Pirates. So 4:10 remaining in the first, tied at 2 apiece between UMass Boston and Southwestern. Very even thus far, and well, just like that, Beacons take their lead. First time today UMass Boston has been ahead.
I think the Beacons have seen on film, Kit, that when they push very fast in transition, the Pirates on defense have had a tough time getting ready. So And we've said it before, the Pirates are great in 6-on-6, able to take the ball away and clear it, get ground balls, but when the opposing team plays fast, it does not bode well.
Shane McGonigal, the junior midi out of Haverhill, Mass, with his first goal. His second of the season. And you said it, Southwestern, they do not want to get into track meets. Vassar to a lesser extent, but really Farmingdale was able to do that, just made it run and gun, and Pirates unable to keep up. Chance here in transition, shot from outside, just high. That would have pulled the net off.
Absolute great ball movement there from the Pirates. McDonald realizes that he's triple teamed, passes it out to J.R. Howell, finds Jackson Strausser, who honestly probably could have taken that shot by himself on the crease, but finds his teammate, the left-hander, Caldwell, and just misses high.
Outs, the local product. Former Georgetown Eagle out to Hudgens, draws the short stick. Well out on him. Hudgens spins back top side. Chance here. Nobody coming.
Wide open, no slide.
They didn't get there quickly enough, and number 8 in white makes them pay as we're tied at 3 apiece, 3:12 remaining in the first.
Hudgens, look what I found. Just a very, turns, looking possibly to pass it back up top, but nobody came, and wide open at right at 6 or 7 yards and just buries that one 5-hole.
Bailey, you could see when he came back top side, he was expecting the slide there. Nobody was there. He almost took a second, realized that they weren't going to get to him, and then took the shot.
Sometimes when you're so open like that, Kit, you just don't know what to do, and then, try and fake out the goalie, get a couple more steps in, but just pulls it back and rips it.
Made no mistake. Southwestern wins the face-off and a chance to go back ahead. Mentioned Southwestern having to play from behind numerous times this season. Did not today. Found the opener. See if they can take a lead into the second quarter. Swandle. Back to X. Likes the matchup he has with McGonigal.
This is where Jackson Strausser is going to move very well on the crease. But Swandle finds Prim.
Able to get Prim, who takes it back behind. Southwestern, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Prim, short stick to Finning, lost his footing, but kept possession. The Pirates nearly lost it, and they will, but a big GB. And here they come in transition. Oh, what a feed to McDonald. McDonald, great save on the crease from Boldy.
Just absolutely robbed. That was a great feed from Patrick Svetanovich. Eyes open. Now he's got to get back and get in the hole.
Now the visitors in transition, and it's an equally impressive save from the Pirates.
Great patience there from Will Walsh.
So Boldy on one end, Walsh on the other, making big-time saves. Really starting to open up box-to-box action here with 95 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Didn't even bother to move Will Walsh at all on that shot. Just put it low, and Will Walsh says, thank you very much. I'll take that the other way. Whereas Boldy had to make a circus save on the crease to stop McDonald.
Pirates, plenty of time, 50 seconds on the shot clock, 70 seconds remaining in the quarter. We cannot overstate the importance of getting a lead going into quarter number 2. Good teams know how to start and finish quarters. Southwestern still learning that. Driving in. And they're going to say in the crease, Pirates wanted a push. They won't get it. So the Beacons will have the final opportunity should they so choose here in the first quarter. But the clear is high. The pass to midfield not locating anyone in blue. But they will retain it with possession and try to maybe a bit too fancy there. Simply just had to come up with the ground ball, and it's going to be Southwestern that does. So Southwestern now with one last chance here in the quarter. 30 seconds remaining, tied at 3. And they give it right back. Here comes Daly the other way. Daly rips it, and the Beacons are on the top. That is not the man you want to give it up to. He leads the Beacons in points, and an easy goal from number 10. transfer from Franklin Pierce in New Hampshire. The grad student just simply too easy.
A lot happened there, Kit.
Right you
I
are.
mean, it's just it got my head up watching lacrosse. Turnovers, ground balls fought for, but then ultimately UMass Boston comes away with it and makes good on their opportunity.
Pirates won the face-off, but having trouble, and it's going to be a push against the Pirates with 18 seconds remaining. And Beacons a chance to extend their lead to 2 before the second. Looking inside, coming from behind. No space to get a shot off. 2 seconds remaining. No trouble for Walsh as he comes up with the save as the first 15 minutes comes to a close. A slow start, but a fast finish, Bailey.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we saw that same exact scenario against Farmingdale State where Farmingdale had 20 seconds left in the first quarter, sends it down. I mean, you really don't think they're going to take a shot, and then caught the Pirate defense lacking and scored, but much better job there for the Pirates defense of settling down, making sure they're not limiting shots and breaking down on their approaches.
So at the end of the first, Beacons lead 4-3. You're watching Southwestern Lacrosse, southwesternpirates.com. Back and forth, first 15 minutes. Visitors with a 1-goal lead. Beacons led by 15th year head coach Tyler Lowe, record of 115 and 111 for the 2009 Babson College grad coming into this season. Trying to rebound from their first loss, is again falling to Vassar College here in a neutral site game on a Sunday. Pirates still looking for that elusive first victory of the year, led by Bill Bowman. 13th year in charge. Spent 12 as the head coach of the club team before they became an NCAA side. He himself a Southwestern University grad and Schertz native from just north of San Antonio. A man you know well.
Looks like we're going to have our third face-off violation already.
We've seen this
in
a
the
few
first
times.
half.
We will, and the Beacons not doing themselves any favors going into the second with a 1-goal lead and a bit of momentum, but immediately committing the face-off violation. As you so correctly said, they're third. Southwestern now with an EMO to start the second quarter.
Now the Beacons, of course, going to have to deal with that for the rest of the second quarter. Anytime they have a face-off violation by number 32, he's going to have to come right back off and serve a 30-second penalty.
That is not an issue. Pirates make quick work of it, coming from behind and just a step above. Goal line extended was Hudgens as he equalizes now 4-all. A great response from the Pirates, taking advantage of the mistake at the X from the Beacons. Back and forth we go here in Central Texas.
Again, Alex Hudgens just recognizes that no one's sliding to him, and he didn't have a great angle there, but extends his hands around the pipe, figures out a way to get that ball in. And again, he's like, well, no one's going to slide to me. I guess I'll just can this shot.
Any good goal scorer knows you don't have to get your body away from the defender. You just have to get your hands free, and Hudgens illustrated that perfectly. His Pirates nearly turn it over. Both teams battling for the ground ball along that top side. Southwestern has it, a big hit. Pirates fans wanted a foul. There will not be one. Strasser, the man who took the shot, but Southwestern has possession. Number 14 stays on. Pirates having a bit of issues here. Finally able to pull things out. Pirates looking to retake the lead. We've seen the slow, methodical offense from them. And McDonald comes in, nice feed to the crease and sent down as the flag goes flying. And immediately coming up was Max Hamilton Jones, the sophomore pole out of Saratoga Springs, New York. I believe it is going to be on number 16, and he took a little issue with that, but he did creep high at the end of that hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Buried him in the center of the crease. Pirates not getting a couple push calls on them early. I wouldn't say they were egregious at all, just slight pushes in the back, but that one definitely a penalty going in the Pirates' favor.
Another extra man opportunity for Southwestern. 13:44 remaining here in the first half. All right, it's looking to retake the lead. Oh, a massive mistake. Hudgens just took his eye off it, and that one came off the plastic at the bottom of his head and out of bounds.
Let's see if the Pirates can recognize here, Kit. They're going to have a minute. They can get a double team if they're set up properly. But as we saw in the past couple games, haven't been able to go and get that double team right off the bat and their extra man opportunity.
Yeah, we saw this against Farmingdale State. They're able to run out 2 EMOs. Beacon's looking to do the same.
And it's something you hope you really don't have to think about as a coaching staff, but it's absolutely necessary in cases like that where maybe you just get a bad bounce on the ball.
Pirates battling for the ground ball. It'll stay with the Beacons in the stick of Murphy, and he wisely pulls it out, waiting to go all even. The Pirates calling off the dog, so to speak, as now the man comes out of the box, and we are back to 6-on-6. Pirates, again, the EMO has been an issue this year, just 19%, and another missed opportunity.
If you're the Beacons here, just like they're doing, they're going to have to spin the ball very quickly to get this Pirates defense. They've been good one-on-one so far, not being beat.
That one thrown into the mix, and Beacon shot not on target, so shot clock violation. Pirates defense doing their job.
Not causing a lot of turnovers so far this kit. I think the score line for Farmingdale State read 10 caused turnovers and 5 in favor of the Pirates, but doing a good job breaking down and playing good one-on-one defensively, but can't turn the ball over in the middle of the field like that.
Greg Wolf, the senior from Kingston, Mass. They left him open, goes high to high, and stings that one underneath the crossbar to put the Beacons back ahead. Any good shooter, if you give them that shot without closing down on them, at least getting a stick on hands from that distance, chances are it's going to find the back of the net.
Here, Coach Mike Markland yelling, let the clear develop. Don't push it too fast. As I said earlier, you're going to be able to clear. Both sides are going to be able to clear the ball if they're just patient enough and connect on their passes.
Bailey, you mentioned the face-off woes for the Beacons. They continue. Another violation against UMass Boston at the X. They are not doing themselves any favors as Southwestern will go back up a man. Another 6v5 opportunity for the Pirates.
The Beacons here aren't going to get caught lacking like they did against Hudgens on their last 2 man-up opportunities. You can see they're pressing out now, flying out to ball. The Pirates are going to have to bang this ball around quickly in order to get an opportunity. And if it were me, I'd look for number 14 on the crease right there.
Visitors doing themselves no favors at the face-off X as that pass is high. Swandle unable to come away with it cleanly and turned over. Quick, clear, nice pass up from Boldy. Has a man across midfield. And again, Southwestern missing an EMO opportunity. Really, that has plagued them all season long. Coming topside, nice check, McDonald there. But backed up by the Beacons. Check McDonald had to make.
McDonald caught here on defense. He's a good lacrosse player, though. Plays box over the summer. He's going to know what to do here. Not what you would call an extreme liability.
Hendricks driving in, tries to find a bit of space. Back to number 4. He will initiate from X. Little stutter step. As a man, the visitors off balance offensively, and a flag goes flying. Hendricks initiating contact that time, and a few pleasantries exchanged after. The EMO now coming for the Beacons. So 10:28 remaining here in the half. 5-4, UMass Boston on top by the narrowest of margins, but a chance to extend it. Slash against the Pirates.
Beacons haven't spun the ball as quickly as the last two opponents the Pirates face. So if I were them, time up. If you're a defender, time up these passes. Get out and get on hands because they're not moving them around as fast as they should be.
Stefik, the offender, has the Pirates down for a minute. And that shot in, courtesy of Daly, has his second. We mentioned he is the leader in points, leader in goals, and now has 20 on the season with 2 today. And a timeout taken. 10-11 remaining in the half. Beacons have matched their largest lead of the day, up 6-4.
And just like I said there, the Beacons not exactly moving it incredibly fast, but the Pirates on defense not getting out and getting on the hands and flying out from the center of the crease and timing up how they're spinning that ball. And that leaves a wide open shot, gets past Walsh.
When I spoke with Pirates head coach earlier, he said we let teams go on runs, and this is a great chance for UMass Boston to do just that. They've scored the last 2, and Pirates have found themselves in situations where they've given up 4, 5, even 6 at a time. They could not afford to do so here if they're going to stay in this game.
And it doesn't really matter what quarter it is, Kit. You can't let them have runs in any quarter, whether you're giving up in the first or giving up in the fourth. You don't want to see 6s, 7s, or even 8s in any of those score lines. Got to keep it within 3, 4 throughout the game. 12 is kind of that magic number for a defense. You can limit the other team to under 12 goals a game, 11 goals a game. 10 goals is absolutely fantastic. But as you're going through each quarter as a defense, you just, okay, how many goals did we let up that quarter? How many goals did we let up this quarter? Okay, we got to stop the bleeding here. We got to limit how many goals this team is scoring on us right now.
That's been a real issue. Pirates averaging 17.5 goals against on average. Beacons, on average, giving up just 12.5. So back to the X. Won by Southwestern, but they have yet to secure the ground ball, and it's going to be the Beacons with it. Murphy there. Going the other way, had a man, couldn't find him. But possession retained by Flynn. Pirates need a stop here.
Continue to press out if you're the Pirates defense. They did it against Vassar really well. Second quarter, third quarter. Got tired in the fourth quarter. They did it against Farmingdale State later in the game, and that's what allowed them to limit their goals.
Shot from outside, too easy for Walsh, right into the stick of number 35 in white.
Got to give your goaltender shots they want to see, and that one exactly what Walsh liked.
Hudgens across midfield. Pirates back to work offensively. Schlosser has not been a factor yet in this one. We certainly know what he can do with ball in his stick, coming off that 7-goal performance in that loss to Farmingdale State.
off your Houts here. I like taking the long pole behind. Not something a lot of people do. Taking the LSM behind, put them in a position they're not very comfortable with as a midfielder. And as an offensive player, just use that goal they're not used to hopping over and try and get them to trip.
They're going to say that pass deflected, so it'll stay Pirates ball. Coming from behind, looking to scoop, and the Beacons there, the save by Boldy, and he was closest to it, so it'll be Beacons ball.
Joey Prim now here on ball, got a little bit of a height advantage. Does number 5 for the Beacons.
That shot bounced wide, a little three-quarter bouncer from outside from Flynn, backed up.
Luke Murphy, the graduate student, standing at about 6'2", 200, Watertown, Mass.
Battle for the ground ball along the top side. Pirates have it. Big GB there for Southwestern. They really needed it. Zonovich was the man who was able to come away with it, and now the successful clear up to Caldwell.
Hear that yellow call means slow down. Pirates want to play 6-on-6. Like you said earlier, Kit, not getting a track meet. And they've been working it a lot from the top in the midfield unit. Get it into Caldwell's hands, get it into McDonald's hands, let him try and find Strausser on the crease, or let them try and find some cutting midfielders.
Like the matchup, back to X they go. Coming topside, McDonald with the short stick. Little move underneath, enough space, and he's got it. If you give him an inch, he will take a mile. McDonald cuts the deficit back to 1.
Yeah, you keep giving him the ball like that, he is able to split defenses in half, and his finishing ability on the run is just world class.
The junior out of Round Rock, former Westwood Warrior. Again, just a little space underneath, and he exploited it to perfection. The Pirates battling back just when it looked like the Beacons had a chance to go on a run. Southwestern.
His game so far this year, Kit, as an offensive player, willing to take on poles, because when those slides come, just splits them in two. I mean, it just throws defenders for a loop.
Beacons with the face-off win. Again, Pirates pressing out defensively. Beacons, you can tell it's not a position they really enjoy being in. Able to get around 1 inside. Walsh there at the far pipe. But the push will go against Southwestern, so it'll say UMass Boston ball. Pirates fans less than pleased, as this is, after all, a contact sport.
Oh, good toe drag.
Drive inside, Walsh with another big save. Walsh has made the last 3 shots, saves I should say, on the last 3 he's faced.
Again, being incredibly deliberate there on his movement. The Beacon, number 34, Timothy Sullivan, didn't throw a fake, just tried to bury that thing low, and Will Walsh reads it like a book.
Pirates offside in the clear, didn't get back in time. Not a mistake you can afford to make in a game as tight as this. The other way, bouncer comes off the crossbar.
Pipes the goalie's best friend.
And out of bounds. Yeah, they say it's a 6x6. I think sometimes that's a 5'11", maybe 5'10" and 3/4.
Just like the height that reads on my when I go to the doctors.
No, it's 6
I'm like,
feet.
come on, doc, give me 6 feet.
Come
no,
on.
It's 5'11", 3/4, unfortunately.
Hendricks back with it. Here come the Beacons, and they've got it. Pirates with a careless turnover, and the Beacons make them pay as they are back on top by 2. 5:22 remaining in the half. 7-5. UMass Boston leads. Again, just unsettled play. UMass Boston comes up with it. Pirates unable to get back defensively quickly enough. That time, give credit to Cesar Hendricks, the sophomore from Mashpee, Mass. He was the guy who found the ground ball. Another ground ball, this time Beasley. Pirates with the trail check, able to dislodge it. And the Beacons take it right back. Things starting to heat up here with 5 minutes remaining in the half. And the Beacons will take a timeout. Want to secure possession. 5:08 remaining in the half. 7-5 Beacons in a back and forth, hotly contested affair here at Varsity Field.
So far, Kid, as I'm looking at our live stats, as Pirates face-offs one's 10, Beacons 4, but the key stat that doesn't show up in the stat books is possession retained off face-offs, and that has also been an area today for the Pirates, getting those ground balls, but then immediately turning them over right into the Beacons' hands.
Turnovers continue to be an issue for the Pirates, and Beacons taking full advantage. Both teams battling for the ground balls, but the Beacons just seem to come up the better, if only slightly. Southwestern needs a concerted effort here in the remaining 5 minutes of the first half. Really, at the very least, want to go into halftime tied up. Do not want to be trailing going into the halftime break.
Hit that reset button if you're the Pirates defense. Just had a timeout. Kind of bailed them out a little bit. If you're the Beacons head coach, Tyler Lowe, I thought they could have played a little faster off of that, but I think he actually might have had his face-off unit out there, so took the timeout, and now the Pirates get a chance to reset, go press out, go play defense, don't let them get by you, and then send this ball back down to your offense and make this a one-goal game.
Pirates pressing out. Beacons unable to make him pay. That shot into the side netting. Beat the first defender, but the slide there quickly. Beacons surprised they were not a little more patient in that offensive set, but given the opportunity, they will take it to the cage. Pirates trying to clear, and it's going to be out of bounds. Stefik unable to keep it in his pocket. Now the Beacons the other way. Pull from outside. He's got it. You talk about momentum. A pole goal will give it to you, and that time, Cronin, the freshman out of Cushing Academy.
Yeah, absolutely lights up the Beacons sideline. Love a pole goal. A lot of times you're up at the box when you get that pass. Your eyes get so wide as a pole. You end up sailing that one high, sailing it wide, but he was just right at the money spot, 10 yards. Bounces it, puts it low. No chance of saving that one.
The Pirates back down 2, 4:36 remaining in the half. We'll see if they're able to battle back here in the first half. Trailed by 1, 4-3 at the end of the first quarter. Trailing 8-5.
This is one of those quarters, Kit. You got 4:36 left. Pirates gave up 4 in the first, now 4 in the second. Again, with just over 4 minutes left. Pirate defense need to rally together, stop that bleeding, get it back into their offensive end and clear the ball.
Yeah, pole goal, you talk about the momentum, the energy it brings, and that's not the first time the freshman has done it. The Fogo has now 3 goals on the season as he will head to the face-off X. You and I have talked about this in the past. Facing off against a long pole, it brings a very different dimension that you're not used to seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to love to do it as a long pole. I would beg Bowman if one of our guys had violations to go out there and do it, because you just get to eat away. I mean, you can let him win the face-off, but like I said, face-off retained after possession. Go after that guy. Tell all your wings to lock off. Tell your defenders down there to lock off and just have at it.
East Bridgewater Mass product out of Cushing Academy loses here.
Great exit there on the face-off by Trey Pena ends up winning that one behind, uses his speed, uses his athleticism, gets it back to Walsh.
Did a smart thing as he took it all the way back to his goalie, knew there was a bit of pressure. Hudgens across midfield with a second to spare. Hudgens brings it in.
Doing a great job of getting to the middle of the field today. McDonald going to turn that one back, though.
McDonald had a man in prim. He's vying for it here. Oh, slams on the brakes. What a job. Beats his man. Need to move it quickly to the Pirates. Hudgens fires it wide. Joey Prim there absolutely pulling out the emergency brake. Coming back from behind. Hudgens again. No opportunity there.
Missed a couple games early on this season, did Joey Prim, due to a concussion. Takes a shot there and a save. He'll draw that penalty, though, and give the Pirates the extra man opportunity.
3:30 remaining in the half, and the Pirates will have another EMO. They have not been clinical today or this season in the extra man opportunities, but couldn't ask for a better opportunity here. The first half beginning to draw to a close.
Prim was a defensive midfielder last year as a freshman, playing for Coach Markland. Markland liked his speed, his athleticism, his ability to carry the ball, and he showed it right there on that jump stop.
Sophomore out of the Evergreen State, out of Emerald Ridge High School there in the Pacific Northwest, making things happen for the Pirates.
Pirates unable to get anything going on the EMO after the Hudgens come around goal. But Strausser steps down. That'll be saved high to high.
And I've got to change planes. Strausser did not. And Boldy comes up with a save. We've seen impressive net minding from the freshman number 8 for the visitors.
And again for the Pirates, your extra man up, go after them, but somehow they find themselves a man down.
Here they come in transition, and they've got it. Pirates giving up a man-down goal. And that is the second man-down goal of the season for UMass Boston. And you talk about momentum, a pole goal, now a man-down goal, their largest lead of the game, up 4 with 3:07 remaining in the first half.
And Kit, I'll tell you exactly where that comes from. You had 3 long pulls down, obviously, on the defensive end. All of the midfielders bailed on the extra man up. Guys who have played defense, guys who know how to play defense, but they bail off the field and give UMass Boston numbers when they're a man down.
Far too easy for the Beacons. And this out to Howell on the faceoff, so Southwestern need at least a goal here to win this first half, preferably 2 or 3. Beacons just a 1-goal lead at the end of the first quarter, but they've turned it on here in the second. A beautiful 3-quarter bouncer ends up nestled underneath the crossbar for McDonald, exactly what the Pirates needed. You've heard it from me time and time again, Bailey. The bounce shot, favorite shot, particularly on a natural grass surface. Put it high in the cage. The goalie's always going to go low, and chances are he's not going to be able to get back up in time.
You know what's funny about that, Kit, is one of our recruits was out here shooting on the field. His dad was standing next to him as he's shooting on cage, and he goes, "You know that broadcaster? You know, when we were listening on YouTube, he said no one ever uses the three-quarter bouncer, but it always goes." So props to you, Kit.
Hey, I'm telling you, 3-quarter bouncer goes. Everybody thinks you're going to crank it. They think you're going to just play catch with the goalie, put a bounce on it. Chances are it'll go. If only some high school players would listen.
Yeah, whether he will listen to his dad on that one is always the question, right?
Yeah, that's always the question. You can give him the information. Not that I would have listened at that age either, so let's be honest here. Pirates chance to cut it to 2, 2:20 remaining in the half. Battling back is Southwestern, but not the position they wanted to be in.
Pirates second to third-ish midfield line out here. They've been playing around with that all season. Josh Swandle, brother of Matt Swandle, number 88, out there with the ball right now. Number 46, A.J. Williams, and number 45, Henry Cool.
McDonald topside around his man, and he's got it, sends it low, and it's a 2-goal game. Minute 56 remaining in the half. McDonald starting to heat up, and that is great news for the Pirates.
And McDonald notices he's got his second, got his third line midfield in. He's like, well, if there's any opportunity with 1:56 left, down 3 goals, might as well put the ball in my hands and make something happen.
UMass Boston, they have been their best in the first quarter. They've trickled off. Their second quarter, they've scored the fewest goals in the second. Just 12 of the 75 they'd scored the season came in the second. Southwestern trying to take advantage. Walsh with the save there, tried to go low. Walsh having none of it. Pirates looking to clear, make it a 1-goal game.
And number 40, the Canadian out there, Christian DeGroot. Getting a little time in this game at the midfield. Makes a good clearing play there. Gets Pirate to settle down, and Coach Bowman will take a timeout.
Timeout taken by the Pirates. 1:22 remaining in the half. 9-7 Beacons have seen their lead cut to 2. DeGroot, the Calgary, Alberta native, they're successful on the clear.
58 seconds on the shot clock, Kit. I'm using probably about, I would say, 48 of them if I can. If I'm the Pirates, take this thing, I'll take that back, probably 38 of them, take this thing all the way down to 20 seconds left. That'll put you 40 seconds left on the shot clock. Thank you. Not very good at math. I'm looking at a whole bunch of clocks here. But, yeah, put you about 40 seconds left. Give the Beacons a chance to clear, 20 seconds down, and then give your defense another 20 seconds to play some really hard defense.
Yeah, Pirates like to have a 1-goal game at the half if possible. Certainly do not want this deficit to grow any larger. Again, we invite you to join us Friday. It'll be another midday matinee. We get things started 1 p.m. here. Merchant Marine will take on Southwestern. Final game of spring break week for Southwestern. Not the final home game in this 5-game homestand, just final game of the week. They will get the weekend off before taking Hendricks on Monday night, 7 p.m. to start there. As always, we thank you for your support of Southwestern University Athletics, and as always, we encourage you to follow us. Subscribe to the Southwestern University YouTube channel if you have not already.
Coach Bowman called a timeout. I'm not seeing a lot of movement here from the Beacons. Looks like it's going to be – they go into a zone, and Alex Hudgens just splits that zone right in two like he did earlier in the man up, turns the corner, finishes it perfectly.
Pirates didn't need a lot of movement. Hudgens taking things into his own hands. And you said just coming from X, snuck up, able to finish. Still a lot of time, 74 seconds remaining here in the half. Pirates opportunity to tie things up. Back to the X, where the Pirates have had the better of the Beacons here in half number 1. Pirates need this win, but no, the visitors able to come away with it. The Beacons do their job at the X. Matt Lacozzi, the senior, able to win it.
Because he's starting to win these past couple of face-offs. As the Beacons get into the offense here, you'll notice the strategy on that face-off by the Pirates, bringing both of their wing players down. What that does is it allows Pena to go fast if he wants to, but if he gets beat, you have that coverage on the defensive end.
So a whistle. Shot clock apparently had an issue. I didn't see a timeout. There was not one taken. Beacons ball, 40 seconds remaining here in the half. They can hold for the final shot should they so choose.
Yeah, shot clock essentially pointless here.
Coming topside, Wolf. Skips it over Murphy. Has the short stick, defending. Murphy by one, splits the pair. Murphy off the mark, and Pirates fortunate that he was.
Huge mismatch again. Two of the shorter Pirates defensive midfielders on Murphy, and again, he stands about 6'2", so he could shoot right over him if he wants to.
Murphy again.
And he does.
Bounces it over. The visitor have it. 6 seconds remaining in the half. They will have to move quickly, looking to feed the crease. So turned over, crease violation against the Beacons in the first half. Comes to a close. Pirates have cut it to 1. They trailed by as many at the end of the first quarter. And here at half, it's UMass Boston 9 to Southwestern 8. We will step aside for halftime here in Georgetown. Back with you for half number 2 on SouthwesternPirates.com. Welcome back. Underway. Start of half number 2 here at Varsity Field in Georgetown. A 1-goal game between the UMass Boston Beacons and your Southwestern University Pirates. Beacons lead 9-8. It was a 4-3 lead for the Beacons at the end of the first quarter. A 5-5 second quarter. The Beacons maintained this 1-goal lead into the second half.
All possessions off face-off. We saw one pole goal. That wasn't going to go high.
And that was Cronin. Already has one today, 3 on the season, but he couldn't put it on. The Pirates looking for that elusive first victory of the season. Beacons trying to bounce back from their lone loss. They are now 4-1 after falling to Vassar College here on Sunday. And shot simply too easy for Walsh. No trouble for the sophomore netminder for the Pirates. Two impressive underclassmen in cage. Will Walsh for the Pirates and James Boldy, the freshman, for the visitors. Both have done a very good job. McDonald has a man. A little bounce pass down to Strasser, who's not been a factor in this one, coming off a 7-goal game against the Rams of Farmingdale State. Pirates ultimately lost that game. They got behind early, just couldn't come back. They did not make that mistake today, scoring first. And that shot just high, coming from Caldwell. But McDonald will have it, 41 seconds on the shot clock. Back and forth first half. Both teams had opportunities. Both had the lead at points. Neither able to really pull away.
Pretty balanced from both teams. Kit, 5-5. 4-5 on the score line, first quarter, second quarter, and then 3-5 from the Pirates, first quarter to second quarter.
Hudgens' his pass intercepted by McCullough, the senior LSM from Waltham, Mass, and here the Beacons come the other way. Stats pretty much down the middle, nothing really standing out. The visitors not doing a great job at the face-off. They had 3 violations early, but made some changes, including bringing the freshman Paul Cronin to the X. Pena, by and large, has had his way. Again, the Pirates still without Caudillo, their starting Fogo. Pena's done a good job today. Looking to dodge downhill. Slide comes. It was a feed toward the crease, never finding the intended target. Trying to get it to Wolf.
Yeah, you mentioned the stat line. It's interesting to read. Face-offs 1 for the Pirates, 14. They are leading in the ground ball category, 29-19. Of course, 14 of those coming from the face-offs.
They turn it over again. Clears continue to be an issue. Walsh on the doorstep. Massive save there on Murphy. Murphy tried to dunk it over. Walsh having none of it. I think Coach Bowman, by and large, would be pleased with the play there in the first half. This is the kind of game that a young team, you have to figure out how to win games like this. Said coming in, this is a game that both these teams think they should win. They both have an opportunity to do so, but for Southwestern, who hasn't won a game this season, this could be the game that turns the tide.
Yeah, you harp on a lot of things as a coaching staff, but we've been harping on it a lot too. Up here in the booth, 16 turnovers for the Pirates, just 7 for the Beacons.
As Caldwell, a nice little spin and a bouncer to equalize 9-all. 11:30 in the third. And it's exactly what Southwestern needed, the first goal of the second half. Now we'll see if the Pirates possibly could go on a bit of a run here. Certainly more energy, it appears, on the Pirates sideline than on the Beacons, but that may just be momentarily. Pena going early. We've seen a lot of faceoff violations against both teams here today.
Yeah, neither faceoff man, I think, can figure out what the other's doing, how fast they're going to go, where they're going to exit, where they're going to pull it out to, if they're going to use their wings or not. So a little jumpy there on the whistle, trying to get ahead of the opposing man.
Beacons send it behind. That shot from Hendricks off target. 55 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time here for the Beacons. Wolf back to Hendricks. Drives down the alley, looking for a man to feed to. Goes to X, coming top side. Walsh got a piece of it. Another save. They battle for the ground ball. It's going to be a push against the Pirates. Travis Moore that time.
Good lift earlier on the dodge down the alley from Bennett Maddox, getting under that elbow.
Looking to feed the crease. Little BTB just off the mark from McFlynn. A grad student, couldn't put it on frame, had a lot of net to shoot at. Hendricks again has the screen, works around it, his shot deflected. And he and big number 38 for the Pirates. And entangled up there after the shot.
Caleb Sowell giving him a little extra on that one. Another ground balls ensues. This is going to be an important one.
Pirates able to come up with it, have a man wide open, does Southwestern, able to locate Stefik. Here he comes, chance for the Pirates in the fast break. Over to McDonald, across.
Wisely dips it off to McDonald. McDonald finds his line mate, Matt Caldwell.
And the Pirates have taken the lead 2-0. Southwestern outscoring the Beacons here into the second half. Great transition play. Give Stefik a ton of credit. He got things going. McDonald with a nice look and a clinical finish from Caldwell.
Like I said earlier, Kit, your eyes get really wide when you're a pole coming down the field, and as soon as you cross that restraining line, you know you just want to take the shot. But again, passes it off to McDonald like they practice all the time in practice, and then hits across the field. Caldwell for the goal.
Pirates haven't taken the lead. 10-9. A lot of lacrosse remaining in this one. The Pirates back to work offensively. Hudgens takes it in himself. Bounce shot. Got a piece of it, did his opposite number.
Good face dodge there, goes high to low.
Out to McDonald, slow to get out to him. Oh, his pass. I don't think Caldwell thought that was going to come his way.
No, they both want that one back. The connection between the junior and the fifth-year senior, an incredible one. Not a lot of times you don't see them connect on that pass.
And now the Beacons with the chance to equalize. 9 minutes remaining in the third. Beacons yet to score here in the second half. Driving in was Murphy. Finally dishes it off. Pirates two there defensively and turned over right into the stick of Walsh. Chance here for Southwestern.
You know, numbers here as the Beacons get back on defense.
And McDonald doing the wise thing in that situation, slowing things down. Thought for a second House may try to press.
Another grad student, number 15, Patrick Carey there to slow down that break. Haven't seen a lot of Grant Campbell today. He's cracked the starting lineup in the first midfield for the Pirates, but not seen him so far as he's going to head back on defense.
Laverty, after that pass intercepted by the Beacons defenseman. As a man, that shot deflected, never reaching goal. Another battle for the ground ball. It ended up with the Beacons' chance here. They've got it. Unsettled situation, and there's a Pirate down. I believe that is LeBlanc, the man down for Southwestern.
Lots of high body checking going on in that scrum there, Kit. A lot of tall dudes right there. LeBlanc catches an elbow or a shoulder. Looks like he's holding his back.
And Dwinell's with the goal, his first of the game for the freshman attackman. And we're back even 10 apiece, 7:39 remaining in the third. Dwinell's with his 4th goal of the season. Good to see LeBlanc sitting up. I think Coach Bowman, a few words for our officials is they've let him play, particularly here in the second half. It's a physical sport, it's a contact sport, but you've got to keep things above board.
An interesting thing we've seen, at least at the Division One level, with the implementation of review, is I've seen more 2-minute locked-in calls than I have ever in my whole entire lacrosse career. More 1-minute locked-ins. I mean, you used to never see 1-minute locked-in penalties, but from the games we've seen down here and from our officiating crews, it's actually been good to see that they're letting him play and not locking him in for illegal body checks, but locking him in for cross checks to the face and targeting at the head and things like that.
Could not agree more. Southwestern with the violation at the X. The Beacons a chance to retake the lead. Been outscored 2-1 here in the second half. Halfway through the third quarter. Yeah, a minute, and particularly a 2-minute non-releasable, that could be a game changer. And those obviously have a place, but prefer our officials be more conservative and judicial in their usage of them. And I think you're right. It seems in Division I, we've seen a lot of them. Kind of like you have a new toy, you're going to play with it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's slowed down the game so much at the Division I level this year as we have another flag down. Speaking of flags,
that'll be an EMO coming for the visitors. And I mean, this is known as the fastest game on 2 feet, and you have to keep that. There's only so much you can slow things down, and part of the reason we love this game, love to play it, love to watch it, is because of the speed. But once you slow it down, and I've noticed that as well watching some Division I games, it's a completely different game than that running gun we're accustomed to seeing.
Especially at the Division I levels. I mean, you have to trust your referees to do their job pretty well. Do their job well, and I think they've done their job pretty well in the past few years. Watching a ton of lacrosse on TV, there's never been a time where I'm screaming at the referees for calls and things like that.
You reserve that for Division III referees. And I'm sure they appreciate it.
Yep, and here on Varsity Field.
Of course.
Yeah, that's where it's reserved for.
Absolutely. The man up for the Beacons. Chance to retake the lead as this is bounced wide. Backed up by the Pirates. Very nicely done from Southwestern.
Kit, there's a man by the name of Tanner Wallace that used to play here, and he was a defender on my line. He made a living off turning the ball over on runouts. I mean, he should have gotten a cause turnover for it every time, but just so headsy and great play there by Dyson Kwan to do so. But turn the ball over.
Oh, what a save from Walsh on the pole. Took the shot. Again, they're still up a man, and really probably not the shot that Coach Lowe wanted in that situation. Southwestern doing good work here, able to bounce back up. Swannell, nicely done. Great clear from number 15. The physicality, electricity amping up here in the second half. Tied at 10, just under 6 minutes remaining. Fans voicing their opinions as they are wont to do. All in all, I think it's been a entertaining and well-officiated game. They've done their job. It hasn't been blatant on one side or the other. As that shot easily collected by Boldy.
Caldwell's been good when he's gotten to the middle of the field, hitch and get to the middle, as they say, Kit. But on the wing shots, just hasn't been able to find his stride there.
Again, Beacons pull that time. Patrick Carey, who took the shot last time, the transfer from Roger Williams. He will stay in offense.
Great slide there by Chris Stefik to stop that ball coming around the crease.
And just as I say that, I think Coach Lowe making the carry head back to his normal side of the field. Hendricks, ball in his stick. As a man, and that shot, no one getting out defensively for Southwestern, and Wolf makes him pay his second for the senior. Wolf, who came into this game third in points scored, second in goals. He now has 13 on the season with 2 today.
Great dodge there by Caesar Hendricks. Coming down the alley, draws the slide. Pirates not recovering, finds his open man right at about 10 yards and makes good on his shot.
Yeah, Hendricks, the sophomore midi listed at 5'7". That may be generous, but he is incredibly elusive, a slippery player, and he's able to get free and opens things up for his teammates. One thing about this sport, if you have a stick you can play, it doesn't matter if you're 5'5" or 6'5". Sometimes we think, oh, they're better athletes. Well, as we saw with Farmingdale State, the stick skills are there. Chances of you coming up victorious are pretty high. Tried to feed the crease, forced it in that time. Stefik with the ground ball.
Great spin by Chris Stefik there. Gets it to his teammate, Caleb Sell. Can't stress the clear enough here.
Pirates need this one, and they will send it down to the other end. And able to find a man.
Well, unadvised pass from Walsh there, but great job by Jackson Strausser to get away from his defender, create some space, pick that ground ball up.
I thought that was going to be intercepted, and Walsh fortunate it wasn't. That was a one as coach was saying no, no, no until it ends up in the stick of Strausser, and then it's yes. But sometimes better to be lucky than good. Pirates looking to draw even at 11. 3:20 remaining in the third. Campbell over to McDonald, comes around. Another big save from Boldy.
Good scoop on the ground ball there from McDonald. Low pass there from Campbell.
It was a 1-goal game at the end of the first, 1-goal lead at half. Both teams with 5 goals in the second quarter.
Kit, that definitely hit the goaltender. We both saw it, and no reset on there.
No, they're not. That was definitely a save by Boldy. That was clear the freshman got a piece of it.
And it was a run out, too, so.
Very interesting. I remarked on it immediately. It was a nice save from Boldy, but our officials did not reset, so Pirates have reason to feel aggrieved in that situation. Coming top side, Walsh with a save, able to deny Wolf. Knocked away, and simply too easy. Willis with his second. The freshman from New Jersey makes it a 2-goal Beacons lead.
Great ride there by Wills, picking off the pass. Loses the ball, picks it straight up, though, and puts it in the top right corner, right over Walsh's shoulder.
I mentioned Dale Willis, just a freshman. He is 4th on this team in points. Came in with 5 goals, 7 assists, and now he has 7 and 7. And you're right. We don't give enough credit, I think, to attackmen who ride like that, and particularly for a freshman. Wills, he's rewarded with the goal.
Yeah, young attackman, you want to get on a starting line or want to be the 4th attackman, ride hard, steal balls from goalies, steal balls from defenders, get ground balls, and then finish.
If you do those things, you'll get some PT. Pena able to spin away. Nearly lost it, ball on the ground. Southwestern needs to be careful here, and they in danger of turning it over. Neither team able to come up with the ground ball. So it's going to be a push against the Beacons. Pirates ball, 2:05 remaining in the third.
And luckily for the Pirates there, that shot clock will go back up to 80 as they did not have. As the Beacons got possession, Pirates lost possession and regained it. Goes back to 80.
Prim. Over to Caldwell, now back behind. Another big ground ball taken by the Beacons. Time, Carson Mescor, the sophomore from Adams, Mass, with it, and the Beacons have the goal in transition to go up 3. Talk about how you start a quarter into quarter, and the Beacons giving a clinic in that here with 1:23 remaining in the third.
Okay, I think Patrick Satanovich broke the cardinal rule there of sliding upfield, left his attackman down on the left wing. The Beacons immediately noticed it, got it to Wolf, and that's an easy finish right there.
No trouble now, 13-10, Beacons lead. 83 seconds remaining in the third.
Typically on that fast break kit, you come across with the other defender and rotate back the other way, force them to make that pass across the field. I don't know if the Pirates were in a different rotation there, but I think Stefik, who was down on the other side, or maybe that was Caleb Sowell, didn't get the rotation and didn't come across in time.
Yeah, force them to make the most difficult pass possible, not the easy one. Southwestern, again, after starting the season on the road, 4 losses to good teams, including a double overtime game at Southern Virginia, a game they ultimately ended up falling 17-16 in. They've been home for the last 2, Vassar and Farmingdale State. Trying to pick up that first win of the season. Home for the next 2 before heading on the road for the remainder of the month. It's always at full schedule, southwesternpirates.com. A big face-off here for the Pirates. They need to get something to end this quarter on a high note.
Good crowd out here today, Kit. A lot of people coming to Southwestern University. It feels like spring break. Didn't feel like spring break earlier this morning, but came by, stopped to watch some lacrosse, enjoy the sun.
Absolutely. It's overcast, even a little drizzly this morning. But no, the sun is out. Fans out here enjoying themselves immensely. Hope you are as well, wherever you may be joining us from. Be you a fan of the black and gold or the blue and white, happy to have your company. Murphy drives in through 2. Oh, what a save from Walsh. Simply too easy. You have to put him down, have to slide the body. Murphy like a knife through butter through the Pirate defense.
Yeah, I mentioned thumbing the ball. That's just all straight size and power cradle right there for Murphy. I mean, they haven't been able to take the ball away from him all day, and does a great job of using his body to get to the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's when you're 6'2", 220, just use that size, force them to stop you. Little flip out, Wolf. Back behind. Coming top side, oh, too easy. The cross crease feed. No one there on Dwinells, and the freshman finishes.
The Beacons have been steady throughout this contest, Kit. Has been something I noticed. Energy not wavering up and down, not getting too high, not getting too low, just very consistent throughout, waiting for their opportunities, not getting frustrated when they turn the ball over, fighting hard for ground balls, getting it back on their offensive end.
Bailey, that's a great point. As Howell with the ground ball, Pirates under a minute remaining in the third. McDonald spins, bounces it wide. And to illustrate your point, 4 goals in the first, 5 in the second, and they have 5 here in the third. Just very even. The goal output, you see their bench, not a lot of highs, not a lot of lows, just consistent.
And the Pirates have been very much streaky. I know lacrosse is a game of runs, obviously, but on the flip side, the Beacons just cruising throughout this contest and staying very even-keeled.
Have a chance to go into the fourth with tied for what would be their largest lead, but no, Pirates have other ideas. Houts
with the howitzer.
4 seconds remaining in the quarter, and that is a huge goal for Southwestern.
Scoreboard going to read 4 seconds left up near the box.
It looks for all the world that the visitors are going to take a 4-goal lead into the fourth. It'll be just 3 as Houts with his first goal of the game.
I don't think they were expecting them to shoot that early, kid. I think they were expecting him to try and jam it inside, as he would, but Hout says none of that. I'm just going to rip it.
Pena with it as the third quarter comes to a close. And it's 14-11 Beacons on top of the Pirates here at Varsity Field. 15 minutes to play. Pirates will have to come from behind if they're going to pick up their first win of the season.
Well, okay, our stats going into the fourth quarter, 48 shots to 30 in favor of the UMass Boston Beacons, 29 shots on goal compared to 20 for the Pirates. That has definitely upped here, I would say, in the second half and in the third quarter. Beacons putting a lot more shots on goal, getting to the middle of the field and really testing Walsh. Faceoffs won 18 in favor of the Pirates. 10 for UMass Boston. Ground balls, 41 for the Pirates. UMass Boston, 28. Pirates clearing 14 to 23. 20-20 on clears for the Beacons.
Beacons outscoring the Pirates 5-3 into the third quarter. Southwestern will go into the final 15 minutes trailing by 3. Again, they will have to battle back if they're going to pick up their first win of the season, something that has thus far eluded them.
Trey Pena, you got J.R. Howe back. If you can win it fast, pull it back.
Beacons had it momentarily, couldn't secure it. The battle for the ground ball continues there at the edge of the box. And finally the Beacons come away with it. Coming in the LSM carry. A transfer from Roger Williams, a big ground ball, and that was much needed by Southwestern. Instead, UMass Boston with it. They're going to come top side and thrown away that time. The pass from Wills. He was trying to find Dwinells, and he couldn't locate number 7. Howe lost it, but a foot on the sideline, and that is a great call from our official. Dwinells had his little toe on the white, but that is enough for the whistle. Southwestern trying to keep this one in, able to do so barely. Nearly threw it away and gave it right back.
Beacons coming out in his zone here in this fourth quarter. Hudgens not on the field to split that zone, but Caldwell will try.
And right into the stick of number 10, Daly. And the midi happy to take it himself up across midfield.
Typically the rule, kid, as you know, not to dodge into his zone. Oh, what a timeout. No, the Beacons are offsides.
Oh, they were indeed, and you could hear Coach Lowell on the other side yelling at Cronin, who took that shot. That is not the shot I believe they wanted from number 99 in that situation. But it will matter not, as they were offside. A mistake that, well, no reason for that.
Well, when you want one, you just want another, right, Kit?
He had 2 coming into today. He already has 1 today, and he can't stop at just 1.
I think Coach Lowe might typically trust him with one of those shots. Turnover here in the middle of the field. Can't have that.
Hudgens gives it up. Here come the Beacons the other way. And it'll be Pirates ball backed up. As Walsh quickly out of the crease. Closest to it when it went out.
A little tangle of the feet there from Svetonovic and Wolf.
Yeah, good no call there from our officials. Beacons really wanted one, but turned over again. Cronin there. Pirates, the clear proving to be such a problem. As Hutchins lost his stick trying to throw it. And Cronin, all right.
Make it 4 on the season.
Throws the fake, and the freshman from Cushing Academy sends that one opposite stick high. Nice finish from 99 in blue. Off stick high from a pole and a freshman to boot. His visitors equaling their largest lead of the game, back on top by 4.
I mean, that high to low finish from a long pole. Just impossible to see at that distance if you're Walsh. You have no idea where that ball's going. Could go high, could go low, could sting a corner.
But it all came from the ground ball, and it was a missed clearing opportunity from Southwestern. Again, the clears have been their Achilles heel. And the Beacons make them pay. Murphy sends it back behind.
This truly is where it starts to get exhausting as a defender, Kit. You look up at the clock, still 13 minutes left. You're like, what do we have to do to clear the ball?
They're not getting the ground balls, and that is not a good start. UMass Boston looking for more. Nearly had it. But able to get body there, and mentioned the physical nature of this contest as Daly was looking for his third. Looking to feed the crease, and that one just ends up on the back of the net. Sal.
Oh, threw him a hospital pass.
He did, and he was lucky he didn't end up there. Beacons tried to play the ball instead of the man. They had a chance to light him up as McDonald threw 2 somehow. But a save from Boldy, nicely done from the freshman. He's been impressive today.
Normally that one would go, but Boldy, a left-hander, already got that corner covered as almost another pole goal, but Walsh able to gather that one. And here we go again.
Gary, he's seen Cronin with 2. He wanted to get involved, did number 15. Walsh there with the save. Now the Pirates the other way.
He's got his options.
McDonald comes back and he finishes. Nicely done. It was a good look, unselfish play that time. Maddox able to find McDonald and no trouble finishing from number 4 in white.
A little bit of a dicey pass. He had his options. Could have gone Strouser, could have gone Caldwell. There was a pole kind of right in front of McDonald. He approaches out on him, but Cade, using his speed, gets around him and finishes.
3-goal game, 11:48 remaining. Back in 4th as we have gone almost the entirety of this one. We saw the fight from Southwestern against Farmingdale State. They got down early, but they did not concede, and there's another face-off violation. Unfortunately, that has marred both sides today.
And Trey Pena has taken all of the Pirates' face-offs here in the 4th quarter. So that is going to be, he's going to have to deal with that for the rest of the contest. Look for number 26, Ryder Volker, to come back out.
3rd face-off violation against Pena, so the extra man for the Beacons. Chance to go back up by 4.
Definitely not what you want with so much time remaining on the clock.
Coming topside off the crossbar. Had Walsh beaten. Still 60 seconds on the shot clock. Looking inside, sneaking up, and Walsh just couldn't get there in time. I thought he had it, he did not. But again, you mentioned the slow rotation on the man down for Southwestern, and there it was. And now a hat trick for the freshman, Dwinells.
Pena's going to come back out, Kit. If he goes early again, that's going to be another violation and another 30-second penalty.
He may just be asked to tie him up in this situation, and that appears maybe that's the case. Southwestern wins the ground ball.
Good ground ball there from number 9, Travis Moore. Very much needed.
4-goal deficit. Pirates cannot trade goals at this juncture. They need one and a stop on the other end. Caldwell sees it. Now up with Campbell.
In the zone again for the Beacons.
Yeah, skipped over McDonald. Little hitch. Fires and finishes.
I know Cade McDonald saw that in the zone. Just got to get the ball to me. I could shoot it. Burns the zone there.
Just enough room to get his hands free with the hitch, and they are not closing out on number 4. He's making him pay. Back to a 3-goal game with 10:41 remaining.
And if Pena's going to tie it up, you want your wings close down here, right hip to hip with each other. Oh, but he wins that one. Sends it back to JR.
Able to get it to Howell, so Pirates, little make it, take it after the goal, win at the X. Exactly what they needed.
Great confidence there from the freshman. Howell was back, but to really stop the break, knew he was back there. Got him quick on the whistle, an easy face-off win.
Pirates back to the slow, methodical offense we saw in the first half. Looking to feed the crease. Campbell, the man, he couldn't hold it. Ends up in the stick of Culla, the junior LSM. Almost gave it up, and instead here they come the other way. McGonigal.
Beacon's got all the numbers to push here.
They will elect to slow things down as they get their offensive personnel on. Here comes Hendricks, Daly and company. Now the full complement for the Beacons. Sullivan looking to spin inside.
Whoa.
He's upended. The flag goes flying. Sullivan undercut.
We'll have to. I wish I had a replay of that kid. It really looked like number 4, Caesar Hendricks, just kind of lost his footing or got tangled up with Sam McDonald and then took out his teammate. Number 34, Timothy Sullivan.
Sullivan back on his feet. It will be a man up for the Beacons.
There's not as much there as the guys on the field were complaining about.
Now, interesting, the fans complaining more about that than the guys on the field.
Yeah, a little jawing with each other, but there's not a whole lot of egregious action there.
No, it's been physical, but by and large, it's been clean. Our officials giving an explanation there to the Pirate polls. But it will be a man up for the visitors. They've been clinical in these situations. They've been good on the ear in the man up. Just under 55%.
We'll see if the Pirates can figure out their rotation. So far, all the Beacons have had to do really is move that man into the crease, rotate on the backside, and he's been open. But an early shot and a save from Will Walsh.
And Walsh with the save on Wills, the freshman taking that one a bit too early, as you mentioned there in the EMO. No trouble for Walsh. Foul the other way.
Very wisely pulls it back and gives it to McDonald. Kill the time on the penalty and then get into the offense.
The Pirates waiting to get back to all even, and now they are. The man down unit does its job. Pirates plenty of time, 8.5 remaining. Just a 3-goal game. No reason to press anything, and that is why. Just find the good shot, not the first shot. House with his second of the game, and it's a 2-goal game.
And what was that kind of shot, Kit?
It's a pretty good shot to me.
Yeah, sidearm 3/4 bouncer.
Yes, sir.
Skips right off the dirt. You can kind of see the grass a little bit dead there. That ball just slides right off there, kind of like a hockey puck.
Tony, doing it on a natural grass surface, it is going to be a difficult save for even the best goalie. particularly if they're not used to playing on it, and I can almost guarantee you that UMass Boston plays on turf there at home. There at James Cotter Field. And Southwestern with a definite home field advantage. Tried to go over the head. Howell able to keep it as he had the ground ball. Now Caldwell heading in. He's got it. I don't think the Beacons thought he had an angle. Caldwell proved him wrong.
Like a Happy Gilmore golf swing, just takes a crow hop, steps into that one, and pings it in the left-handed corner on the left-handed goaltender.
Senior out of Plano East. That was definitely more Happy Gilmore than Shooter McGavin, and we'll take it. Now, one-goal game. Southwestern, we said, very much in this, and there's a lot of time. They continue to battle. Trailed by a goal at the end of the first. We're down by 1 at half. A 3-goal deficit coming into the fourth quarter as they were outscored 5-3 in the third. I have a feeling this one is going to go down to the wire.
An instant classic here at Varsity Field. It was played in 2022 against the UMass Boston Beacons. With this scoreline right here going into overtime, Beacons won that game 16-15. Such a great lacrosse game to watch.
I asked Coach Bowman about that very game before today's matchup, and he said, we were both better teams then, but I think we were similarly matched as we are today, and we're seeing that. Pirates nearly turned it over again. Here they come the other way, and they'll throw it away. Mistakes you cannot make in a game like this. And the Beacons return the favor. They give it right back. Pirates in transition.
Strausser knew that number 0, Sean Cullo, was bearing down on him. As he caught that pass, he braced himself a little bit.
And he took a shot from the junior pole at Norfolk, Mass.
Sometimes that's what you got to do, though, when you feel that pressure coming. Just brace yourself, save yourself for the next play. Don't give yourself up for a giant hit.
Timeout. We take a look at the upcoming schedule. The visitors remain on the road, but heading back to New England, they will take on the University of New England next Wednesday. They're in Biddeford, Maine. Then on to Salem State University in Salem, Mass. Their next home game, they're at James Cotter Field in Boston. They host Solo Regina on the 26th. That is a Tuesday, 7 p.m. start. Mention for the Pirates, they will be back in action here on Friday. Another 1 p.m. start to wrap up spring break week, hosting Merchant Marine. The final game in this 5-game homestand coming on Monday, 7 p.m., hosting Hendricks.
I think we'll save the comments about Hendricks for that broadcast. What do you say, Kit?
Oh, we'll have plenty of time for that come Monday night, my friend. Don't you worry.
We'll have plenty to talk about. Had a lot of battles with the Warriors of Hendricks College.
I'm sure you will come locked and loaded. I'd be surprised if you didn't show up with a pole here in the box, just in case.
Yep.
Yeah, that is one. You want to make sure your chin strap is buckled and your mouthpiece is in securely.
Never won for a lot of numbers on their teams, Kit, but, I mean, you got to give credit to the Warriors every time they play. A lot of respect there, but they just play incredibly hard, even with the limited numbers that they have on their roster from year to year.
Yeah, I look forward to that on Monday. But first, Pirates hoping to come away with a victory here today. They pick up the first win of the season. Good set here. Pirates spinning it around. Still 50 seconds on the shot clock. Strausser nearly lost it. Maybe a little gun shy there after the shot he just took. You could understand why. McDonald.
Rotating well in and out of that zone are the Beacons.
Good movement over here. Caldwell tried to feed McDonald. And that shot takes a Beacon with it, and that is Sean Daly, the grad student who has 2 goals today, the transfer from Franklin Pierce. Good eat from number 10. Give credit where credit's due.
That's one where your goalie pats you on the back, says thank you. He's going to have to get sent off and get checked out real quick, but got up really quickly after taking that one to the back of the helmet.
You may have a temporary tattoo that says PEARL on it.
The Pirates have had a propensity to dodge into the zone here. Really need to spin the ball quickly and cut just like that. Gives it to Houts, and he finishes it.
Houts with the hat trick, his 3rd of the day. And you called it. Much better from the Pirates, finding the cutter to the top of the crease. And we are tied again. Now 16 all, 6:09 remaining. Whoever comes away victorious in this one, it will be deservedly so. This has been a battle between the Pirates and the Beacons today. Who can put in the better here in this final shift and come away with the win? How? Again, Pena, he's made some adjustments, and he's been better at the X the last 3 occasions.
Yeah, that connection between Pena and Howell has been crucial here in the 4th quarter. Pena's still playing, though, with 3 face-off violations.
Yeah, you cannot make any mistake at the X. Swandle. Beasley defending.
Matt Swandle going to take his man behind. Beacons back
Pirates
in the man-on-man.
like the matchup with the senior midi Beasley. Swandle. Coming above GLE, out to Caldwell. Caldwell looking to feed. Oh, nice save from Boldy. It was a good look from the Pirates. The freshman goalie again showing his ability. Hudgens, the good ride. Couldn't get it back, though.
Most likely after Boldy watching Strausser's 7-goal performance against Farmingdale State. Knows he likes to go high to low when he's fading away.
Right in. Oh, what a save from Walsh on the doorstep. And into the crease by the Beacon, so Pirates with it.
Man, Walsh has been good and tight in this contest, just stopping goal after goal on the doorstep when the Beacons get to the middle of the field.
Yeah, he really has. He's made a lot of point-blank saves. Obviously, those so much reaction to where you are in the field. And the Pirates with it. Little friendly fire there, it seemed. Strausser looking inside, tried to feed McDonald. McDonald around one. Oh, my.
What does he not have, Kit? I mean, are you serious? What does he not have in his bag?
Absolutely insane finish from Cade McDonald. You expect some pretty goals from number 4 in white, but that, my friend, was on another level.
And we had mentioned against Vassar the cone and the crease and everything that brings with it. Cade McDonald, knowing the rule book to heart, and dives upfield like you have to do if you're going to even get close to landing in the crease.
What a finish. I have not seen one that good maybe all season long, and even better, it puts the Pirates back on top. 4:23 remaining, Southwestern with a 1-goal lead courtesy of the miraculous goal from McDonald. Swandle. Murphy defending. Swandle drives in. Good movement here from the Pirates. Oh, on the doorstep, couldn't finish it. Think it came off the pipe.
Oh, Strausser just can't get his first today.
So the push will go against Southwestern. And up to big Luke Murphy. They're sliding early on number 5 in blue, and you can see why as Coach Lowe and the Beacons take a timeout. 3:20 remaining in the ball game. A 1-goal game. Pirates 17, Beacons 16 as Southwestern looking for their first win of the season. Bailey, back to that goal, Kay McDonald. I'm old enough to remember when you could dive in the crease and the whole bring back the dive movement, but you said it. He knows the rule book. He knows exactly what to do. You cannot end up in the crease. He gave himself enough space, and that's just a fantastic finish in every sense.
Yeah, and like you were talking about, if it were the old school days, he would have just dove straight across, right across that cone, and then, finished that ball. But realize you got to turn upfield. There's a cone inside the crease. You can't land any part of your body inside that cone willingly. Now there's a little exception if you're pushed in, ball goes in, that'll be called a goal. But just took all of that away by knowing the rule book. And the athleticism to change his body to get back upfield too when he was leaning over it. Just incredible.
The Pirates late to come out of the timeout huddle. They want to take all the time they can. You can understand why. 3 minutes and 20 seconds from their first victory of the season. But it's going to be a long 3:20 for Coach Bowman, Coach Markland and company.
Yeah, and if you want a goal to tie up the game here, number 5 is absolutely who you want carrying the ball right now, and he has got a matchup.
Yeah, Murphy, a big 6'2", 200-pound frame. He's been the initiator. Dwinells has led them with 3 goals. They've done a good job spreading the wealth. Shot, Sal there, able to eat it. Nicely done from big 38 in white. The visitors back it up, and they still have it.
That one's going to see in the mirror, and if the Pirates come away with a win, he's going to rub that one and just absolutely love it.
Top side, little crease feed, too easy. We talked about Pirates not closing down on the crease cutters. And Flynn makes them pay with his first goal of the game to tie things at 17.
That is a sign of the Pirates' defense tiredness, Kit. We saw it against Vassar. It came out in the middle of the game, weren't closing down on the crease. Very late against Farmingdale. Got tired because of all the defense they played, and that's when they give up those crease goals.
Pena tied up, but he will come away with it. Pirates ultimately able to secure the ground ball. Pena doing a very good job, and no room for error either, as we said. He cannot make another violation.
I don't think the Pirates knew what they were getting when they got Trey Pena. They just knew they were bringing in an athlete at the faceoff X, but little did they know he's a gamer as well.
And just a freshman stepping into some big shoes for Calillo, who's still out injured, but Pena doing a great job. Well, it has a man, and they have the goal. A great feed and equally impressive finish. Pirates back on top with 2:04 remaining.
You knew it had to come from number 14. It was just a matter of time. Right when you need a goal, finds himself wide open on the crease. Must have forgotten about number 14, but we didn't.
A slow game by Strasser's very high standards, particularly coming off the 7 he had on Monday. But I think he will give up the 7 goals if that means the Pirates come away with a W in a heartbeat. Pena again, back to Hal. They figured out what's working, and they've won the last 4. Pirates went down early. They trailed 14-11 coming into this quarter.
Well, if you're a Beacons fan, you're rooting for your defense here to run out the shot clock, obviously get a turnover, big ground ball, and clear it. They have enough time to play deliberately. They don't have to go out and press. So if the Pirates want to decide to waste time, let them do it.
Pirates have outscored the Beacons 7-3 here in the fourth.
Just would not go out and press as far as.
Big save, Boldy. May got a piece of it as it ends up in the side netting. 65 seconds remaining. Across midfield, visitors wanted a whistle. They won't get it, but they have the ground ball.
Almost exactly 10 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Huge shot from number 15 there, but that one goes wide. Will Walsh wins the run out.
And no one there to back it up for the Beacons. Pirates know what's coming up. 48 seconds remaining.
There's 48 seconds left, but you have 20 seconds to get it across. That is still in effect. So you have to clear the ball here and then run out of the game clock.
Walsh.
What was interesting, Kit, is in this same exact scenario against Southern Virginia, Coach Bowman called a timeout as they got it over the midline. Let's see if he does it, or let's see if he runs out the clock.
McDonald lost it. No whistle. 30 seconds remaining. Here come the Beacons the other way. Little flip underneath. Hit. Helmet goes flying, and a flag as well.
That's not going to go well for the Beacons bench. Call that all sorts of things you can. That was high hit. Helmet came off.
So clock stops. 19 seconds remaining. It was Austin Meswar, the sophomore from Adams, Mass, who lost his lid, and he appears no worse for wear as he's able to get up and will head to the sideline with his helmet in hand.
Always scary when the helmet pops off, Kit, but those things aren't exactly we know lacrosse players. They're not exactly tightened as tight as they should be.
You got to make sure the flow looks good.
Yeah, exactly.
For most lacrosse players,
maximum tilt.
Maximum tilt. Flow's got to look good. For most players, that is far more important than having it secured.
Yeah, and if you're Cade McDonald, who obviously we've mentioned once or twice here on the broadcast, likes to wear his chin strap like up in his mouth. Yeah. So I know it looks pretty bad. Obviously, that was a high hit, but when that helmet comes off, it's more likely than not the kids like to keep it loose.
Yeah, you and I know better. Aesthetics are more important than function. You can tell them whatever you want, but as long as it looks good, that's really, for most of them, what matters most.
Yeah, and regardless, glad to see that he popped right up after that high hit.
19 seconds remaining. Pirates on top by 1. EMO for the Beacons, a chance to tie things up. You mentioned the last time they met. This is eerily similar.
Eerily.
19 seconds, man up. Trailing by 1. You're the Beacons, couldn't ask for a whole lot more. Can they tie things? Send it to overtime. Well defended by the Pirates. 8 seconds. Looking inside.
Ball's on the ground. 5
4
left.
4 seconds. Beacons will not get a shot, and Pirates come away victorious. 18-17. Southwestern battling back for their first win of the season as they are now 1-6. UMass Boston drops to 4-2. What a game today at Varsity Field.
Oh, man, another instant classic when the Pirates and Beacons get together. What about that? I mean, you saw just about everything you could possibly want out of a Division III college lacrosse game here today. You got plenty of goals, plenty of transition, fastest game on 2 feet, and it showed here today.
Southwestern outscored UMass Boston 7-3 in the fourth quarter, the only quarter they were able to outscore the Beacons as they come away victorious. Reminder, we'll be back here with you Friday. Pirates taking on Merchant Marine here, another 1 p.m. start as we wrap up spring break week. As always, we thank you for joining us on SouthwesternPirates.com. Big thanks to Director of Athletic Communications, Bailey Middleton. I'm Kip McConico. We will see you on Friday. Pirates looking for their first win streak of the season. The final from Varsity Field, Southwestern 18, UMass Boston 17.